A court appearance today for the man accused of driving under the influence and killing an NHL star and his brother. 43-year-old Sean Higgins was denied bail.
Police say Higgins crashed into Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew while they were riding their bikes late last month. Tonight, we're learning new details about Higgins.
Friday night, the big story on Action News is the suspect charged in the deaths of the Gaudreau brothers held without bond.
Today in court, prosecutors described a history of alleged road rage and aggressive driving. Action News reporter Charles Watson live in Sewell with those details tonight. Charles.
Yeah, Rick and Shari, folks we spoke to say the deaths of the Gaudreau brothers is still fresh and painful as they get ready to celebrate the two brothers tonight at their hometown ice rink. Meantime, we're learning that the suspected drunk driver accused of hitting the two brothers may have a history of road rage.
As the story unfolds, it just gets, worse and worse.
As the community continues to grieve the loss of NHL star Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew at this growing memorial, the alleged drunk driver prosecutors say is responsible for their tragic deaths will remain behind bars without bond. A judge making the call today at a virtual hearing that revealed suspected drunk driver Sean Higgins allegedly admitted to police that he had been drinking while driving prior to the fatal crash that killed the Gaudreau brothers.
We are dealing with a driving pattern and action on the night of that was sheerly a matter of impatience, anger, and recklessness.
Prosecutors argue that Higgins has a history of road rage, pointing to witness accounts that allege the suspect sped around their vehicles before fatally striking the brothers.
He is simply impatient and angry at the speed of the two vehicles that are in front of him. He has been drinking.
Attorneys for Higgins argue that he was barely over the legal limit and later described him as a law-abiding citizen.
He's not a flight risk, Judge. Prior to this incident, he'd be what we would call a model citizen.
Attorneys for Higgins argue that he was barely over the legal limit, but that argument wasn't enough to win the judge over. Outside the hockey rink where the Gaudreau brothers will be celebrated tonight, folks who knew and admired the two, like Scott Shelton, couldn't help but talk about how special Johnny and Matthew were.
It's very surreal. He's in the All-Star game 2 years ago, and you hear the story.
Coach Manning just took time out to talk, and we had a good time.
This as they still try to wrap their heads around the unfortunate circumstances that stripped them away from everyone.
You took two good lives, and for what?
Yeah, and you can see the growing memorial behind me full of hockey sticks, photos, flowers, and Skittles. We're told that was a favorite of Johnny. We're also told the Gaudreau family will be in attendance tonight for this celebration. And, of course, Johnny and Matthew's two wives who, of course, are pregnant. We're live tonight in Sewell. Charles Watson, Channel 6, Action News. Shari.
Okay, Charles, thanks for the update.